As a kid, yeah. All a nigga wanna have was a Burberry scarf and $3 in my pocket. Instead I got beat with a switch, but I don't give a fuck, but it's on my body. Scars all up on me, but I run around from everybody. Life lesson learned, I better learn from this bitch, nobody. She pushed me around, she didn't give no motherfucks about it. She broke my heart 3 times, but I ain't getting...
What is up, everybody? It's JT Sports. I'm here with a real quick message. So I know a lot of you guys try to reach me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'm not always able to get back to you guys' DMs, but I created a group chat on this new app called Flick. What Flick is, it allows people to create communities to talk about sports. I created a group chat on there. I will appreciate and love if you guys go ahead and click that link down in the comment section and description down below to join me on there. It's the best way to get in contact with me if you guys want my thoughts on something. It also has polls in there. You guys get to predict who will win certain matchups. You can ask questions, and not only does it allow you to get in contact with me, but it also allows you to connect with other people who also click the link down below to join my group on Flick as well. So make sure that you guys go ahead, click that link down in the description and the comment section down below. It'll take you to the app if you don't have it installed already. Once you install the app, you just create your account and it'll automatically add you to my group so you guys can get in contact with me and other people as well who click the link. Now back to the video. UCF lost to Tulsa this past Saturday, 34-26. And this really made me sad because I'm not a UCF football fan, but I love rooting and supporting UCF. I love supporting underdogs, and I wanted to see UCF make it to the college football playoffs this season and show what they can do against some of the powerhouses in college football. Well, I'm not going to get an opportunity to see that because with UCF's loss to Tulsa, their playoff chances are absolutely done. And not only did they lose to Tulsa, but they lost a great opportunity of making it to the college football playoffs. I mean, if there wasn't a better season for UCF or a group of 5 team to make it into the college football playoffs this season, this would have been the year. And I mean, when you look at UCF, if they would have went undefeated, they would have had a pretty good argument of why they deserve to be in the college football playoffs this season. Because, like, the AAC, although a lot of people don't like to consider the American Athletic Conference a power conference or something like that, I still think, in my opinion, that they are the third best conference in college football as of right now. I think they're better than the Pac-12, and I think they're better than the Big 12. That's just my opinion. A lot of people may disagree with that, but that's not really the point. The point is that when you look at the strength of the AAC, if UCF was able to beat Memphis, Cincinnati, and all of those teams would have stayed ranked. And then remember, in the AAC, teams are able to play each other twice. It just goes by record. So, I mean, if UCF would have played one of those ranked AAC teams twice, once in the regular season, again in the AAC Conference Championship game and won, they would have had 3 ranked wins versus top 25 teams. So, I mean, with this loss to Tulsa, their hopes of making it to the playoffs go down the drain because they're not even ranked no more. Like, the new AP Top 25 poll just came out. UCF just completely dropped out. They went from 11th to unranked. And, I mean, I'm really disappointed in UCF, man, because, like, they really should have beaten Tulsa. Now, Tulsa is a pretty solid team, okay? Don't get me wrong. Tulsa gave Oklahoma State a scare a couple of weeks ago, week 1, I believe it was, and they defeated UCF. And the big reason why they won that game versus UCF was because UCF let them hang around. I mean, UCF at one point during that game had an 18-point lead, and I mean, they just gave it away. And I mean, they gave it away because of all the penalties they had. UCF had 18 penalties in this game for 124 yards. Don't even get me started on all of the false start penalties they had. But I mean, a good way for a team to lose to a team that they should beat is by turning the football over and having a lot of penalties. And on social media, I went to UCF's football page on Instagram, and I saw a lot of angry UCF fans. A lot of UCF fans were saying that Josh Heupel, they want him fired and things like that. I don't think Josh Heupel should be fired. I think Josh Heupel has done a pretty good job so far at UCF. But I mean, this is a valuable lesson to UCF. I think UCF needed this so they can be humble, because you have players on UCF saying that they were the best team in Florida. And listen, I'm pretty sure they were dead serious about that, okay? When I say UCF is the best team in Florida, I do it jokingly. I do it to mess around with Florida fans and my fellow Miami Hurricane fans, because I just like to troll people on social media. But I mean, UCF players were, walking around saying that they were better than Florida, they were the best team in Florida, and I mean, they weren't really able to back it up losing to Tulsa. So, I mean, I think UCF really needed this loss. This is kind of like a slice of humble pie. I think that's how the saying goes. And I think UCF from this point out should be able to handle business. And I mean, even though they most likely probably won't make it to the college football playoffs, they still have a very good chance of competing in a New Year's Six bowl game if they end up winning out and end up winning the American Athletic Conference. But I mean, UCF, man, I'm really disappointed that they lost this game to Tulsa. I really wanted to see UCF make it to the college football playoffs. Even if they didn't get in, like, I really wanted to see what the discussion would be if they really would include a group of 5 school into the conversation. Because, I mean, when you look at the American Athletic Conference, this is a really good conference. So, I mean, UCF, man, they really broke my heart this weekend, losing to Tulsa. A lot of my friends, my guy NMD TV, my friend Marlon, everybody was getting on me because everybody knows I love me some UCF, man. I'm not a UCF fan. They're probably my second favorite college football team, but I love supporting and I love rooting for UCF, man. But, I mean, this loss to Tulsa was not only a big loss to them in terms of this season, but also a big loss in terms of their college football playoff hopes because they may not ever get another chance to make it to the college football playoffs again. Because this was the best opportunity UCF had of making it to the college football playoffs this season. If there wasn't a better season for a Power 5 school or Group of 5 school, to make it into the college football playoffs, this would have been a year. I mean, you had the Big 12 having teams like Texas and Oklahoma going down. You had all of these upsets. You have all of these potential upsets that are going to happen this season. This would have been a perfect season for UCF to make a claim and to get into the college football playoffs. So, I mean, they really missed a golden opportunity this season. And now their playoff chances are done with this loss to Tulsa. Really sad and really disappointed that UCF lost to Tulsa.